Hey guys, and we're back for the episode most of you have been waiting for quite clearly, which is making a chat room and adding encryption. Now, I'm not going to be adding RSA 1024-bit key pair encryption. Two reasons: it's going to take far too long to add, and yeah, it's just going to take far too long to add. And it's going to be extremely complicated. So what I'm going to do is, if this video gets to 50 likes, I'm going to take the time out to write part of the module before releasing a new video on how to encrypt this with RSA. So with that said, let's move on. So I have now got to a point where both the client, if we run it, and if we hop over here to the server, will now run fine. It took a few tweaks. The source code will be released today, so if you want to go through and that's going to fail. There you go. Should really rename that. So if I pull both of these up at once, you can see that the client is connected, and we can send that because it's gonna. You can see who sent it, and if I come here and go to Explorer, we can run another version simultaneously. Like so. And we're connected. Now let's see if we can't get all three of these up at one go. And the server. So if this one says hello, well, actually what we'll do is we'll send that. And as we can see, they all get it. And we can send hello world from this one. And this one will get it. We can send hi. And they all get it. So obviously, when you have people connecting to this from external websites, or external hosts, you're not going to have them all from localhost. However, you could put the port number in there if you're really wanting to define exactly which user is which. But that's for a later episode. So let's close all these. And yeah, ignore that. It's just telling us that the exception handle was thrown. So let's add encryption then. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over and we're going to come here first. And we're going to come over and we're going to add to our current project. Now, from the rousing success for the last time I did this, I have pre-built the module. Simply because, okay, maybe I didn't paste it. There you go. Forgot to paste it. There you go. All right, so I pre-built the module. We're going to be using AES 256. Module's built already. So what we need to do is we need to do a couple of quick changes. We need to come up here, and when it loads, in the search path, we need to define the exact path we're in currently. So we are on USB, we're in YouTube, we're in episode, well, no, we're just in the source, and we want the shared folder. And what we need is we need ciphers. Pretty much all we're doing is redeclaring all of these folders as search areas, so that when the client, because I don't have this component installed personally, and I don't really want to have to go through the hassle of installing it and then uninstalling it when I don't want it no more. So you could just install Lockbox 3 and you wouldn't have to do this step, but I don't want it. I have some methods that don't really require such large amounts of libraries. So now we've done that, we can press OK. And we're going to come over to our main form, scroll all the way to the top. Sorry about that. And we're going to declare AES 256 there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come to our message, and we're going to add ourselves another we're going to put chat password is equal to And we're going to do this as whatever takes my interest. One, just so we add a, just so we make it long. And because we use the same unit in both of them, it should update on the other one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and where we send our message, we're going to encrypt the entire message. So what you're pretty much going to see is chunks of AES encrypted text flying about, which is useful because you don't want them seeing what you're sending clearly if you're encrypting it. Come on, give me the hint. Okay, we're going to have to go back. Passwords first. So, sorry guys, I'm dying of man flu today. We are going to take our chat password. We're going to come back here, put a dash in, and then we're going to put our chat password in, like so. And then, I believe on the return, we need to do a decrypt. Yeah, we need to do a decrypt. So what we did was we didn't use, we didn't just straight paste the message into the memo form, because I was going to send it to everyone, and therefore, right, so what we need in here is our chat password. So therefore, to make it less messy, we just re-add it when it gets sent back to us. So there's our decrypt. So we encrypt it as we go out, we decrypt as it comes back. Now we're going to move over to the server and do the exact same thing. Actually, we're going to compile this just to make sure that nothing's gone bad. Ugh, why have I got an error? Too many parameters. Not enough parameters. Ah, bingo. And that's why we test compile, because that should be there. Test compile it again. Yep, we've got to the binary bit. Da-da. Right, now we're on this side. If we open this, it should have changed. There you go. And now what we need to do is do the same process again this side. So we're going to go out, we're going to go to our shared directory, we're going to come over to our AES, we're going to add our AES. Howdy doody. We're going to come to the top of the page, we are going to declare AES 256, not like that. Although that should not have compiled, because I did not declare AES 256. Oh yes I did. Okay, my mistake. Right. So now we've done that. Oof, what's gone wrong? Why is Delphi throwing a hissy fit? Oh wow. So right, now what we need to do is we need to come here, and before we split it, we need to do decrypt underscore AES, what was it, 256? Okay, we should have just copied it. Yep. So we're going to do our decrypt, and you are full well warned that to use this method of communication, both passwords have to be the same. So don't go bitching in the comments if it doesn't work because your passwords are different. Like so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to set it to that as well. We need to put an end on it, like so. And I'm going to put some enters in between it because I like it to look a bit clearer what we're doing. And now here what we need to do is here we need to do encrypt, so we need to do mss string is equal to encrypt underscore AES. Oh, I should have copied this as well. From there to here. And like that. And now PAS chat password. And then what we need is our message string, like so. And on then. Right guys, so that is it. It should now, if I fire both sides up, should talk encrypted. So let's start the server up first. How long have we been? Oh, we're dead on 10 minutes. This is going to take us probably to 15 minutes. Ah, that was why. Okay, so we forgot a step. So we need to come up here to search path again. Browse. All the way down. Where is it? Here. Shared. This one. What? Why is it not letting me add it? Once again, this one. Add. This one. And before I get anyone in the comments say, why don't you just add the parent directory? It doesn't work. If I could add just one directory, I would have done so. I suppose you could dump them all into one directory, but I'm not going to do that either. Right, okay. Hit compile. And our server started. So chuck our server over there. And find the client. And once that compiles and runs, we're going to come back out here and we're going to grab the other Win32 version of the client. Like so. And we're going to connect you over on 121.7 like so. And we're going to connect you over on localhost, which are, for those of you out there, they're all the same. As we can see, we have two hosts. If we send this, 0 is out of bounds. That's not usually what happens. Where's the string? Context run. So where did it execute from? Well, there was the exception. Get list equals error. So A has a 0 count capacity because temporary string equals nothing. Yeah, that's not a surprise. So what we need to do here is we need a temporary string. We need to do an if temp string equals exit. Let's try that again. So we'll hop it. Yep, rebuild me the code. The clients are going to go mental for a second. They should both. There you go. Start the service. We need to connect again. Send hello world. And we get your zeros out of bounds again. On execute. Right, let's put a halt in here and see what's actually going on. Right, so we get a halt. We read our string out. What is it? Well, our string is encrypted in there. So it's obviously going to get past the first stage. So our encryption algorithm is not replying anything. Okay. Right, so encrypt is working, but decrypt is not. Why is decrypt not working? I see why. How did we do it this side? So right. So we've coded this wrong. Have we not? Password, string data. Yes, we've coded this wrong. So looking at the string above, this needs to be string data and result is equal to encrypted text. Right, now we're going to need to recompile both of these, so we might as well close the client as well. Come back over to there's an error. Where is there an error? What are you talking about? No, there's no error. Yes. Right, so the client is now sparked back up, and so is the server. So we'll just try it with 1 at the minute. We'll send the default message. Oh, we're not even connected. Yep. So, yes, we have our encrypted text. We still have our encrypted text. We still don't have our reply. Right, guys, so we are back and I've managed to get it to encrypt. Well, you know when they say that when you're tired you shouldn't really do anything? Well, there's a good reason behind that. I couldn't see that I had the strings the wrong way around, and it took me about 20 minutes to figure that out. So if I come in here and I check in on this one, we're going to go through and remove all these tags because they're going to get annoying. We come over to our other client. Which one hasn't been talking? This one. And we type in hello world and hit send. We can see that our message, which has just been received by our server, is encrypted still. And as we go through here, we will go through and decrypt it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of these tags other than them two. So you can now see that our encrypted text is now decrypted, and we now have the message we wanted. So what we're going to do is we're going to burn the codec. We don't really want someone else reading it, do we? And it's then going to send it to the client. So we can now see that the server has received it and decrypted it, and if we open both of our clients, they have both received it and decrypted it. And that is pretty much it, guys. You have yourself right there a chat room you can just set up, whether it between a couple of your friends or a whole bunch of you, or even a public one if you're really willing to give out the encryption key, where you can all chat. Now, like I said at the start of this video, if this video gets 50 likes, I will be doing a RSA version. If you have some level of coding ability, you should be able to do that on your own. But yeah, we'll go back and I'll revisit this, and we might add some more features, you know, sending files and whatnot. But for now, guys, that is it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you are unsubscribed, please subscribe. I am trying my hardest to keep this channel afloat, but unfortunately without subscribers I can't do that. So if you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe, because you're one of the 95% of people who watch this channel who aren't subscribed. Right, until next time, guys, I'll see you later.